Capricorn, how are you? It's me, Anessa from The Inner Bloom, and I'm back doing your July 2018 readings. As usual, guys, this is going to be a relationship spread. It could always apply to any group. It could be with your friends, with your family, with your colleagues, with your boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, fiance, ex, anywho. I'm basically just going to pick up your relationship energy in general, okay? So how does this go though? Usually the first person that pops inside of your head when you're first listening to this video is the person that this video is dedicated to, okay? So let's do this. What's poppin', Capricorn? You have the Five of Pentacles as your overall energy for the night. The Five of Pentacles is the feeling of, oh yeah, by the way, it's not actually July because I specifically mentioned this reading is going to be from the 7th of July until the 16th of July, okay? So this is for that time frame because I'm going to be doing with July too. All right, first card, overall energy, you have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. The Five of Pentacles in reverse is a feeling where you're getting out of a period of disappointment. Why were you disappointed in the past? Is because you valued this relationship so much, but so that you were quite flabbergasted when the other party, you feel like the other party wasn't valuing this relationship as much as you do, and then you were questioning them like, how could you abandon something that I feel so precious in the cold like this? How could you just leave it behind just like that? Because to you, this relationship was very valuable. It was very meaningful to you. Okay, so you're getting out of that period of disappointment. Here you have the Ten of Wands. You're still here. You're still here, hanging around, okay, with all of those burdens and responsibilities. It's like, okay, I'm gonna look at other cards before I even comment on things, okay? But anyway, you're still here, you're still carrying the burdens of responsibilities, you're still carrying this relationship. It's almost to me as if like you're still willing to put in the effort and the work in order this relationship to work out in the long run, to progress. Although it has taken a toll on your ego. The red rope, red symbolizes ego. So it's like everything here is actually like already burdening your ego. It's already like trampling your ego, but you know, because you felt so much and because you value this relationship so much that you're willing still here to put in the work. Okay, here you have the Knight of Swords, but sometimes though, you know, although you realize that there's like a lot of work needs to be made for this relationship still to work, sometimes you're quite impatient about things. Like you want to kind of like speed up the process a little bit. With the Knight of Swords is also someone who really wants to get the truth out of someone. So I feel like, you know, you want the other party to actually give you the reason why you should fight for this. Okay, you really want the other party to, come on, just give me something, like give me some reasons so that I could, you know, whether I would want to work this out again or whether I would not want to work this out again, because I feel like you're kind of like hiding something from me. So that's how you feel in your energy for the Knight of Pentacles. What's challenging you have the King of Pentacles. And then you also have the Six of Swords. So it kind of is hard for you to move on to calmer water. If this is someone that who you just broke up with or you had like a separation with, it kind of is still hard for you to move on. Right? Because your thought is still there. It's because you're still willing to give this relationship like a second try. Like you're really willing to. With the King of Pentacles as your overall challenge, you know, this person is someone who you thought had like a maternal or paternal quality in them. Someone who you thought like, you know what, it's actually would be nice if I would have like a long-term commitment with them, or maybe a marriage or an engagement with them. Like you thought of them that way, okay? You have the World card, so they actually still are not done with you. You have the Knight of Wands. Okay. Six of Pentacles. Wait. Three of Cups. The High Priestess. Alright. So in this past, this person is still not over you. With the World card in reverse, it also talks to me as if like there's something here that they're still feel resentful for. Okay, there could be like two scenarios, like an argument that is still not being met. They're still not over someone, or you both had a fight and they still hold vengeful. They're still held, you know, resentful towards you, and you know that kind of like explains their energy of coming and going, whatever their place is. And you feel like, you know what, why are they coming and going? Are they serious with me? Well, the reason for that being is, do they still have feelings for you? Yes, they do. They do have like a really hot feeling for you. But also at the same time, sometimes Let's all things that happened in the past that pissed them off really badly. That scenario plays back inside of their head and it kind of made them piss off. And although they're not trying to kind of like confront you about it because they try to keep it light, keep it simple, but still you sense that there's something is off with them. You're still sensing that something is off with them. You know, in the past, for those of you who are singles and just got out of a relationship, it seems to me as if like you were kind of like you had like a new potential here, a new suitor, which is a Knight of Wands. But the Knight of Wands is an energy that is very, very playful, fun, and lively. You have trust issues a little bit, okay? So that with them, you kind of like taking a step back. You're trying so hard to not attach yourself too much with this person because you're trying to see them in a black and white position. Okay, but if you're only dealing with one person, sometimes you feel like there's something is off with them, but you can never actually point out why. Is it wrong with them? Like, why is this person exactly behaving really, really funny? So then you're kind of like distancing yourself. So sometimes when everything is going really, really great between the two of you in the past, you're like very, very happy because you feel like in this relationship, you could be friend and you could also be lovers at the same time. So it actually makes you happy. But every time they kind of like do their thing, you know, going in and going out, acting really funny. You detach yourself in order for you to not get hurt, so that you can see them in a black and white position, whether what they do is tolerable for you or whether what they do is intolerable for you. With this Ace of Pentacles here, it seems to me as if like you're so giving towards them. Right. Right. If you're dealing with two people, you're giving attention to the totally wrong person. Like, when they were hot for you, you guys were kind of like cold because you're afraid of getting hurt. Now you guys are in the field. They were like, I don't think I feel something from you, Capricorn, because I feel like you were in the past kind of like a little bit detached with me. Okay, so that's if you're dealing with a two-person. And now, you know, the person who was vengeful towards you, who was a little bit spiteful towards you, now they are here and you completely don't want to communicate to them at all. So there's like a halt to a communication in here. You just don't want things to progress really further with them because of this. Okay, so in the past, this person might not be over someone. You know, the person who is you're putting a halt to communication right now. All right. But if you're only dealing with one person, it seems to me as if like the both of you are right now kind of like wearing a mask. In a way that they feel quite unhappy with you. Yep, they feel quite unhappy with you, and you know, they are not really willing to take that giant leap of faith to work things out with you or to give you like a second chance, but they cannot help it to do it with you because they just cannot get you off their mind. Be careful if you're dealing with that type of person, and because to me it seems like they're more of buying time. Okay, be careful. I'm not saying that all of you are dealing with the same person, but be careful if that's the case. Okay, but they just couldn't do that. I mean, they just couldn't break you off, or they just couldn't bear another confrontation with you because they just couldn't get you out of their system, their head. So they're afraid of losing you. But so like both of you are not putting in a front. You guys are not really communicating your concerns. Two, I mean, you have the Eight of Wands here in reverse. You guys are not communicating your concern. You're not really communicating your problems either. It's like two people so in love with one another, but the communication sucks so bad. How could you put a front like this? Everything is alright. Everything is just like, ah, la 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 la, happy, happy, happy. But also at the same time, this area, he or she doesn't really feel happy with you or content with you at this very moment. and you, on the other hand, you're unable to talk. Okay, let's see the future spell. If you're dealing with someone in the past who still very much hung up on their ex in the past, this is for like a very, very small group of Capricorn, okay? I think I need to keep on saying this every time I do my general reading. For a small group of Capricorn, if you know your past person, this person was still dealing with their ex, they are kind of like entertaining somewhere else. And I think that's one of the reasons why you guys are kind of like halting the communication with them. Okay? So in the future, at the bottom of your deck you have the Knight of Pentacles. It kind of is very, very necessary for you guys to kind of like address the issues right here, right now, and kind of like make up your mind. Why do I say this, honey? Because in the future, if all this is not communicated properly, both of you are going to have trust issues. Both of you are going to feel like, you know what, you guys are living in lies, deceptions, betrayals, and manipulations. Mind you, this reading is very short, from 7th July to 15 or 16 July, I forgot. But it's only until mid-July because I'm doing mid-July reading. So you need to kind of like work it out really, really fast. Okay, because then you will feel something is fishy. Both of you will have like a lot of trust issues. High possibilities that in the future they would want to kind of like prioritize other things than you, because they don't feel very, very happy here. So they're going to kind of like reject your invitations to hang out, whether they kind of like want to reject your invitations to work things out and everything. Like they completely shut things off from you. Yeah, this person is going to be completely shutting off from you. With the 7 of Cups, of course, it's like a card of options. So especially with the Queen of Cups totally facing there, the one that they're entertaining, you know, again, if this only applies if, you know, your person here in the past was still hung up over their ex, okay? That only applies to that kind of person. You could be not their only options in the future, and you would see it for yourself. Like you would finally realizing, like, no, now your energy is like you want them to kind of like give you a reason for you to fight for this love again. Like, why am I doing this? Like, you really want that, right? In the future, you are going to realize that, you know what, the sweet memories that I really hold on to for quite some times now, that kind of like making me hard for me to move on from this person, is actually false, is actually pretentious and everything. So yeah. So if you really want to fix this, okay, try to make them open up how they really, really feels. Because this person is quite resentful. This person is quite vengeful in a way that your mistakes, they keep it. I mean, they're kind of like afraid to confront you at this very moment because they're kind of like buying times. They're still not over you yet, but they're kind of like buying times. Tiny little bit of mistakes, they won't confront you for that, but they will take it in, and it's like, you know, like water, and then they fill it with sins, mistake. One day it's gonna explode and it's not pretty. Okay, and it's not pretty. This person is someone who really, really likes to have like a lot of bottle up feelings together, and you too, you need to kind of like communicate your unhappiness. I know, you know, I have a Capricorn best friend, and she can always get me to talk. And mind you, even though I'm a Sagittarius, I'm very secretive. Like it's very hard for me to open up to people. So I have big faith in you guys. If you really want to work this relationship out, you can actually get them to talk. Okay, but you too, you need to address your concerns. Okay, so communication is really healthy, because otherwise, on 15th of July, man, I don't like this. Okay, you're just. I love the fact that Knight of Pentacles is like you guys are focusing on your coaching in order for you to distract because you cannot be in this position. You cannot be this position. Okay, air sign is good in this position, earth sign not so. Okay, just focus on your money. Either you, if you want to work it out, communicate. If you don't, focus on your money. That's it. All right, guys. So I think that's it for my reading for now. I'll see you guys again next week. Bye bye.